much better ending tonight than it was last week for sure. I said this to our team in the locker room, and I may have said it to Buckets on air. I don't remember, but it's just it's been a heck of a week. Last 8 or 9, 10 days that our team's had, and it's been these guys have taken a lot and emotionally have taken a lot from. Besides the 2 games that are just gut punching games when you're fighting for a league championship and having to look up and saying, man, it's going to be hard to catch somebody because you lose 2 close games for whatever reason. I got to be careful what I say again. I'm not going down that path. And then you have multiple players out for COVID. We've all seen Day-Day's post where he's out for the year. And I'll announce it here. AJ's out for the season as well. So, for our players to get that news today, that 2 guys that were preseason all-league players that are out for the season, and they got to look around and say, all right, how does this change? How does it change our team? And we have enough, but it's still – emotionally, it's they feel for the loss of their teammates. Plus, we got guys with COVID, guys that are sick, and Latrell was there all week, throwing up during practice. Excuse my language. And just still trying to fight through it. Clayton's sick as a dog tonight again. Miles is out with COVID tonight. Chemo's coming back from COVID. Him and Davion, and it's just it's a lot to ask for a student athlete to. They're hurting for their brothers, and besides just on top of the losses, it's a lot to ask for these kids. So I personally am really proud of them digging deep when adversity hit them tonight, and finding a way to win because it was not very pretty tonight.
Jalil,
sorry, it's a lot. It was a good long statement.
You're okay.
Transcribe that one.
I'll try my best. Jalil, you had a career high tonight, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And then Latrell on the back end of that, 19 points, 3 total rebounds. Also had 3 steals on top of that. It seemed like you two were also feeding off of each other for the moments that you were on the court. Like, you'd have a big moment, and then Latrell would have a big moment. How key was that momentum for the both of you guys tonight?
It was very important. We knew that the team was going to lay down. They came out second half. They fought back. So, me and Trell, we felt like we had it going. So, we were like looking for the team to basically feed off our energy and keep riding out to a win. So, yeah.
And talk about before I turn it over to the media, talk about the mindset during the big man coast to coast with the steal and then going all the way down for the big dunk.
I stole the ball and I saw open court, so I said I just might as well bring it as far as I can. And the further I brought it, I saw no one was gonna stop me, so I took it all the way to the dunk.
Easy enough like that?
Yeah.
He's been asking to play point guard. When AJ went out today, he was the first one to raise his hand today to say, hey, I can play point. So just so you guys know.
Hey, way to step
right,
up like
yeah.
that. Turn it over to the media.
Point forward.
That actually kind of leads into my question for you, Jalil. I mean, with all the obstacles that you had to overcome, how much extra pressure do you feel to, kind of take, put the guys on your shoulders that are there and, help lead the way?
Today was a very emotional day. When we found out the news about AJ, we had a team meeting in the locker room. Had a long talk and basically was saying if it's not a better time to come together than now, it's right now. So, because AJ, he's like the head of the snake for us. He gets us going at engine of the team. So, yeah.
And Coach, how do you feel like this could maybe serve as a confidence booster for the rest of the guys tonight?
Yeah, absolutely, Nathan. I mean, it's anytime you win, anytime you get beat, you obviously you don't build confidence, and when you win games, especially close games like. You throw out our UTA game, every game in our league has come down to the last minute. And, when you win them, you gain confidence about what you're trying to do properly. And I think our guys have been enough late game, close games. They know what to do, and we've executed a lot of them really well. I mean, I thought last weekend, even though we lost those games, we had really good late game execution and got what we wanted. just like we did tonight. To be honest with you, I mean, we've had really a lot of really good late game execution out of our team, and that's as a coach, that's what you want. So. Really proud of our guys, and hopefully as we go on the road tomorrow, we've been at home for 2 weeks. I always think going on the road brings your team closer together. Excited for our team to get back on the road, and get on a bus and go hang out and bond together. And Jalil probably doesn't because he's so big and doesn't want to get on a bus, but the rest of us enjoy doing it.
Is this a win that you celebrate more, or just kind of take a sigh of relief?
No, our guys were celebrating it. I mean, it's when Nathan, when we go through what we went through in the last 10 days or so. I mean, you want to celebrate them all. Wins are hard to get in this league, and there's no exhale. Hey, move on to the next. Even though we're playing in 48 hours or whatever, less than 48 hours. I mean, we'll celebrate this one tonight and watch film at 10 o'clock in the morning, and this will be behind us while we get in the morning. And get on to Tarleton. I know them and Abilene were in a grinder. It's a 1-point game, I think, under a minute to go. So, we know we'll have our hands full on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon, whatever.
How was the crowd support?
It was better than I thought it would be. School day, so we try to get our crowd out. We try to like the GCU output. We try to get that every night or better. So I think tonight was pretty good.
Jalil, I just wanted to mention the coast to coast wasn't the most impressive part. It was that little Euro at the end that's what set it off. That was the move. Coach, I wanted to ask you about Latrell. We've seen him the last couple of games kind of wake up a little bit on the shooting end. He went 5 for 5 from behind the 3-point line just the other night. But tonight, didn't really let him get going behind the 3-point line. I just want you to talk about just the kind of dribble drive stuff that he had going. I mean, he just looked like he just put his head down and decided, hey, I'm going to go get to the rim tonight.
Yeah, I think people don't really respect because as playing off the ball, I think he limits some of his game. And now that he's having to play more on the ball, he's getting to showcase more of his talents and what he's doing. I'm excited for Latrell, to be honest with you, because he's going to get to be more of a playmaker and more of someone who can showcase, as he's kind of into his fourth year here in college. If he's going to play professionally, this is needs to be his natural position. So he drew fouls tonight. He's a heady player, smart player, probably made some decisions, turned it over a couple of times he shouldn't have. But he's learning. I mean, for the first true game he played at the point, I thought he did a really good job. He's got a good feel. He kind of is seeing some, I think as we evolve over the next 5 or 6 weeks, he's going to have to be a really impactful point guard for us. And if we're going to, I told him today, I met with him, and GCU last year lost their point guard, Blackshear, a couple weeks before this. And it was the conference player of the year. And they put Harrison at the point. And I'm not saying this is, I just gave him a, analogy. And they flipped their team. They didn't win the regular season, but I think they finished 5th and ended up winning the conference championship, the tournament. And I just try to give him some like, hey, this can be us, So, look, Jalil probably didn't even think about that story, right? But, I try to parlay that with Latrell. Like, hey, you got to grow. They put their 2 at the 1. He grew over the course of the last 6-8 weeks of the year. And hopefully Latrell can do the same as we move forward.
And then I just wanted to ask you, this upcoming stretch, you guys are going to kind of bounce back and forth, between home and on the road. But you're not going to leave Texas for the next 4 games. Is that kind of a break in the schedule for you guys with guys banged up and guys dealing with some sickness and stuff like that? Is that kind of a fortunate break in the schedule for you guys?
I think it's hard when you go home and road. Splits are really hard. Regardless of if you're on the road on Thursday, then back home on Saturday, I think they're hard. Anytime, whatever the case may be, I think it's hard. But it makes you, like, for us, because the guys are going to be tired tomorrow, act like they're tired. and they shouldn't be, because like the NBA will play 3 out of 5 on the road, play back-to-backs off a night, then play again 3 out of 4. Like, they all want to play professionally, and I get it. But I mean, how can they imagine playing in that kind of scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Playing 82 straight nights. Like, it's incredible what those guys do. And they're much older. Their bodies are more wear and tear. And then they got to go out and do it again. You can imagine going and playing tomorrow and then playing on Sunday.
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's what they do. And so, we won't do much tomorrow in practice, but it's just, these guys are, man, they can do whatever they want. They play 3 AU games in a day, and they play 3 more the next day, right?
Yeah.
It's just a mindset. Your mind can will yourself. It's like playing 36 for 4 days in a row, right? If you're playing well, it doesn't bother you. As long as you're not looking in the weeds for your balls.
Mondays are still tough for the old guy.
Yeah.
Well, my mindset is still saying that Jalil's probably going to stretch the entire row on the bus in the back when we leave for Tarleton tomorrow. Another purple battle on Saturday for the Lumberjacks. SFA versus Tarleton, I believe, at 4 p.m. mid-afternoon. Battle on Saturday. Gentlemen, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Hunter. Axon.